Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about experimental designs. This is a very important concept that is used in almost every science field when it comes to scientific research. If you enjoy this video, please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more similar videos. So now let's get started. Today, we will look at three main types of experimental designs: independent measures, repeated measures, and match pair design. This is quite simple, in fact, so let's consider a simple example. Imagine we want to look at the effect of alcohol on reaction time, okay? This is our experiment. And we have 20 participants. So we randomly allocate them into two groups or two different conditions, control condition and experimental condition. 10 of them we put in the control group and 10 of them we put in the experimental group, okay? Now imagine the participants in the control group are not given any alcohol at all, and the participants in the experimental group are given alcohol. Now, once we did the manipulation, we'll now measure their reaction times, right? We'll measure the reaction time for both the groups, and if we find that there is any significant difference between these groups, we say that, okay, it is because of the alcohol that we administered, because that is the main difference between the two groups, right? So now this design is called an independent measures design. And why is that? How do we understand that? What you have to look at is whether the participants involved in the control group are different from that of the experimental group. In this case, it's different. No same participant is involved in both the conditions, right? Therefore, it is called an independent measures design. So, one positive about this design is that since participants are not repeated, we can avoid some order effect that comes along with fatigue or practice effect. But the main problem here is that since participants in the two conditions are different, it's not just the effect of alcohol that is different in them, but there will be other differences as age or social background or intelligence, and all of these will act as extraneous variables. But let's now see how repeated measures design is different from this. Let's go back to our example where we have 20 participants and we are trying to see if alcohol has an effect on reaction time. This time, we are measuring all the 20 participants for their reaction time when there is no alcohol in their body, and then again we are going to administer some alcohol to them and then test all of them for their reaction time again. Now you will see if there is any significant difference between these two conditions. So it's the same participants, but two different conditions. Now, the positive with this is that we reduce the individual differences, between the two groups when compared to independent measures design, even though sometimes the practice effect and fatigue effect might affect the performance. But there are ways to combat that. We can use counterbalancing techniques to reduce such effects. Now finally, let's look at the match pair design. So again, let's go back to our example with 20 participants and the effect of alcohol on reaction time. Here, what we do is, it will be independent participants in both the conditions. What is different here from the independent measures design is that we will match the participants in both the groups with same characteristics. For example, if we put a person in the control group, we'll put another with the same age or social background or other characteristics that we think is important into the other group as well. So once you allocate them into control group and experimental group, we make sure that the control group do not have any alcohol in their body, and we administer some alcohol into the experimental group, and then we measure the reaction time for both the groups and see if there is any significant difference between these two conditions, right? Um, so the thing with this is that if one participant drops out from the study, you will have to lose its pair from the other condition as well, right? And also, it is very time consuming for you to find participants with similar characteristics. Um, but there will be no order effect, and you'll not have to use any counterbalancing techniques in this case. And it'll also have no individual differences, right? Because we have matched uh, them. So basically, it has both the benefits of independent measures and repeated measures while eliminating some negative effects of it. With this, I hope you have understood the concepts clearly. Please feel free to share your comments below, and I'd really appreciate that. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.